You can't time travel, but your phone has the internet from 5 years in the future. What do you search for first? Lottery numbers - stock prices - my name. You may ask why my name, but it's very simple, as I then can learn if I died until then or got caught for some crap and are still in prison. Edit. Whoa, I didn't expect anything. Many thanks for the awards and upvotes. I would do it in this order: name - stock - lottery - stock - lottery - name. Again, this would indicate if the future is deterministic or not. Does anything about your future change after you learned about future financials? And also ensure you maximize your earnings in the event that lottery winnings and stock markets may affect each other. This is all assuming, if the future is not deterministic, that events in the present instantly propagate into the future, rather than like in the Journeyman project where there's a reality distortion field that takes time to propagate outward from the changed event. Nikidino 8 won the lottery in 2021, made brilliant investments in the stock market between 2021 and 2024. Sadly, they were murdered during a home invasion gone wrong in their new house in late 2024. Be careful what you wish for. Edit. Thanks for my first awards. This is exactly what I was thinking, lol. The worst part would be if it said something like, as of now, the culprit is still unknown, but believed to be known by the victim. Hey, original post, cherish 2015 while you can. Okay? Sound advice. Go save Harambe. The boy was a fake. He was sent back by Skynet. A Terminator would have been too obvious, so they sent a boy knowing we'd protect him over Harambe. This all started with Harambe. Cure for type 1 diabetes. Doctors have been saying it's 5 years away for a while now. I was diagnosed 8 years ago and they were saying it back then too. 26 years. Said it then too. 87 years ago. Biggest crisis in the last 5 years. What the F are flying COVID-22 spiders? This but scorpions. This, but scorpions. Well, that makes me both terrified and aroused. Imagine it simply says the year 2020. That's incredibly optimistic. Or pessimistic. Whatever disaster comes next has stopped new internet history and posts for the next 5 years. Betty White and Keith Richards. I assume they'll both be alive, but I want to know for sure. I'm fairly certain the Rolling Stones have been Weekend at Bernie's-ing Keith Richards for the past 4 or 5 years. Ike, I'm pretty sure he embalmed himself with cigarettes, but forgot to die first, so now he's immortal. They didn't need to. Haven't you heard what cigarettes do to you? Each cigarette anyone smokes takes a minute off their life, and that minute is given to Keith Richards. I would start a blog on my PC and then switch to my phone to check if it now has updates from the future. If so, my future self could talk to my present self. I could read about my mistakes and try to avoid them. If a post disappears, that would mean that I did it right. Edit. Holy crap, thank you for all the likes and awards. Reminds me of a story I read where a character can use short-range time travel as long as he doesn't meet himself. And he needs to open a combination lock. So he thinks to himself, here's what I'll do. I'll try the combination 0000. If it works, I'll write good job, the combination is 0000 on a piece of paper, otherwise I'll write nope, try 0001. Then I'll go back to this morning and open my closet, and slip the note into the pocket of these pants I put on this morning. So now I can check my pocket for a note, and if the note starts with nope, then I'll try the combination it suggests, and then write a new note with that combination, +1, and send it back the same way. Logically, I'll only have to go back and try it at most 2 times. The other copies of me will be unaware that they're stuck in a time loop until we finally guess the right combination. Therefore, I'll check my pocket now, and logically the note should say good job and have the correct combination, otherwise I'll wind up erasing my memory of having the wrong combination when I change the past. So he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a note, and it is recognizably his own handwriting, but twisted and somehow agonized looking. And the note has water damage, soot smudges, and little drops of blood. And all it says is don't F with time. So he abandons that plan and just blasts the lock off. I'd like to read this story. What's it called? Harry Potter and the Method of Rationality, which has very mixed reviews. It can be a blast, or very, very irritating, or both. Where can I find that book? Here you go. I didn't write it and make no guarantees as to quality or your enjoyment of the story. Web link. Oh crap, almost 2K pages, but in a pretty big font. Serial novels tend to run on and on. The pacing and expectations are different. The expected reading pace is 1 to 3 chapters a week. This is especially relevant if you're expected to read just about any of the works of Charles Dickens, which were published weekly and needed to fill a word quota. This is actually a really cool idea. You're really thinking outside the box, mate. I'd searched to see if The Winds of Winter has been published yet. Sadly, Up said 5 years into the future only. The death of the author within that time frame is actually very realistic though. I've actually given up going past book 2 of the series because I can't stand the idea of the story not getting finished and being completely unsatisfied with Game of Thrones again. Book 3 is the best. Or Doors of Stone. I'd expect World of Warcraft before that. Rothfuss editor, the president of Dahl Books I believe, took the highly unusual step to publicly call out Rothfuss, saying she hasn't seen a single word from Doors of Stone and that she doesn't have any evidence to think that he's even started it. I can't imagine the level of frustration that had been building up to lead her to do that. Martin, on the other hand, has probably scrapped and rewritten World of Warcraft 2 or 3 times by now. Sadly, I suspect in 5 years we will still be waiting for both of these books. Those are the 2 main books I'm looking forward to the most. I feel like I've put myself into a position for a lot of pain. Just start reading Sanderson instead. Search results: 20 blog posts from GRRM about how he's locked himself away to finish writing, tweet from his editor that she has received a draft, pre-orders open, then GRRM announces there's too much content and he's splitting each remaining book into 2 more books. The first one will release within a year and the second one will be close behind. Don't worry, G.R.R. Martin 2024, 10 years later. I don't have a magic future phone, but I can answer that for you. No. All sports betting wins of the last 5 years. I don't need them all, I just need the biggest upsets. No. Just need a group of 11. 11-team parlays offer odds of about 1,233 to 1. Take out a sketchy cash loan of $10,000, make the bet and you won $12 million. Why not just look up the Powerball lottery numbers and then bet a large chunk of money from your lottery win on those odds and then disappear into obscurity while making money off the stock market passively? I mean, you could do that. I wonder what a bookie would say if you asked for a $1 million bet on an 11-team parlay lol. I'm sure they would say no on the off chance it's right and now they're out $2 billion. Yep, I'd go for a 3-to-1 bet first, to get some funds, and then get lucky on an accumulator. No one would even assume foul play. I just find the biggest championship upset, dress like a super fan of the winning team, get convincingly drunk, and drop my life savings on them. Should have a decent payout, which becomes my seed money for 5 years worth of very smart angel investing in tech startups. Okay, Biff Tannen. What up? McFly. Stock prices in 2025, save up to buy a share. Profit. That's how you get Van Damned. The guy from Bloodsport and Time Cop is going to kick my ass? That's actually kind of awesome. No, the real deal would be getting to see the price history of a stock rather than just its price in 5 years. That way you can make options plays and make way more money than you ever would just buying stocks. Yeah, knowing the exact movements of every single stock for the next 5 years would be absolutely insane. Even with minimal initial capital, say a few $100, you could be an options millionaire in less than 6 months. Give me the exact daily closing prices of the S&P for the next week and I'll hit $1 million from $1,000 easily. Leverage from futures options is insane, And there's enough volume on the /s that my trades wouldn't move the needle until I got up to $1 billion in the following week. Yep. Won't be as suspicious as betting on sports or winning the lottery 10 times. Get super rich the legit way. Honestly, if you won one single lotto for $500 mil, would you play again? How much money would you need? I wouldn't want, hire a bodyguard/celebrity status. Let me spend money in private. Even if you split a jackpot with the original person that was supposed to win, you still walk away with half. So you get $250 mil. Then taxes. Let's say you walk away with $125 mil. I really don't need more than that and would probably give away at least half anyway. Basically, win the lottery once and use it to make money on the stock market and other investments. This would be my strategy. If I won $1 million, I'd give a quarter of it to charity. Not sure what I'd do with the other $999,999.75. I personally would not, but people tend to get greedy. How close are we to be able to go to Mars? News headline from 2025, NASA plans to return to the Moon in 2029. Ugh. Perpetually always 4 years out. Isn't NASA putting more astronauts in space? I don't remember if it's Mars, but they're doing something 2024. I try to be like Bill Murray's character by the end of Groundhog Day. Find out if there's any needless deaths from preventable accidents that I may be able to change. Obviously, I'd have won the lotto too. This would give me plenty of resources and free time to become a local superhero. Edit, based on the show Early Edition from the 90s. The only problem I could see with this scenario would be people trying to understand your selection process, like why did you save her from a car accident that day? My son was in a car accident only 2 miles away, why didn't you save him? It certainly would turn as the rescue started to rack up. The other issue is the butterfly effect. The future will change based on /user Meglamore's actions. Those changes compound themselves until the future looks nothing like what original post has foreseen. The surest things to be changed are things that happen nearly at random, such as car accidents. If so-and-so left their house 10 seconds later, the drunk driver would have hit a telephone pole instead of so-and-so, for example. So all the predictions would quickly be rendered inaccurate. Reddit link. Well, yes, but also, original post didn't specify what the phone's capabilities are, so I'd like to believe that it would change based on actual changes in time. That could be. Kind of like Ziggy from Quantum Leap. The newspaper from Early Edition also updated. Well, I went to Reddit and found this post. Hello from 2015. You couldn't have given us a heads up a couple of years ago? That is Bill Gates' alternate Reddit account. He did warn us within 2015. Web link. Hell, even the Pentagon saw it coming. In a report published in early 2017 right before Inauguration Day, the Pentagon was warning the White House of a possible novel virus, more specifically coronavirus, as the biggest national security threat. The White House ignored. Here is the original report that broke the story. Despite President Trump's repeated assertions that the COVID-19 epidemic was unforeseen and came out of nowhere, the Pentagon was not just well aware of the threat of a novel influenza but even anticipated the consequent scarcity of ventilators, face masks, and hospital beds, according to a 2017 Pentagon plan obtained by the nation. The most likely and significant threat is a novel respiratory disease, particularly a novel influenza disease, the military plan states. The document specifically refers to coronaviruses on several occasions, in one instance saying, coronavirus infections are common around the world. Edit, shameful plug inbound, scroll to next paragraph if you want to avoid reading a desperate minuscule YouTuber's plea. If you have read this far, consider checking out on some academic studies that show what increases the threat of future pandemics. I don't feel good about posting this, truly I don't. It's hard making the videos I do, because in regards to news, mainstream media has been elevated on YouTube and small media tubers like me are eternally screwed by the algorithm. Edit 2. Virologists and zoologists have been studying and sounding the alarm on coronaviruses since the SARS pandemic in the early 2000s. They say there's an estimated 1.4 million zoonotic viruses in mammals in the wild. The more we encroach on their habitat, the higher the risk for another novel outbreak. The more a changing climate pushes these mammals into human-populated areas, the higher chance of a novel outbreak. The more forest we tear or let burn down, well, you get the point. YouTube link. Web link. Go to the Cincinnati Zoo in May 28, 2016. And make sure your dick is out. As the prophecy says. Man, that feels like 15 years ago, not 4. Beep boop initiating anal protocol, please stand clear of the splash zone. Hee hee beep boop. Dank memes from the future so I can pre-repost them for that sweet karma. I'm going to go all /r/ the monkey's paw on you and say that when you post those dank memes, you get minimal karma. But the person who reposts your stolen future memes gets the karma, which is who you steal them from in the future. Reddit link. Christopher Nolan wants to know your location. Dankception. But then those memes won't be dank anymore in 5 years, you'd effectively be changing the course of history by pre-posting memes. Templates? Where we are going, we don't need templates. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.